what point through that growth, 90s through the early 2000s, did you move out of your house, your basement of your house?
Well, I think that, you know,
Your mom
when
probably
I,
took care of
no, when I went to college, I was out of the basement of the house, and then eventually, like, I moved back to Nashville in like 1999, just because. So I'd been in LA for like almost 10 years, like 90 to 99, and it was at the time that Nashville was really growing. It was becoming more fun. The quality of life certainly in Nashville was much easier at the time than Los Angeles. In LA, there's traffic all the time everywhere, so you really have to be pretty, I think, deliberate about like where am I spending most of my time and where should I be. But even to do a simple thing like to go to the grocery store was not easy. So but in Nashville everything was very easy. And we had at the time, so I ended up, because of the fact that I would go to all these stores and people would say, your cigars aren't selling for you, Tim, we like you, and I would be like, okay, what is selling for you? And they would show me what's selling, and I would buy them, and then I would smoke them, and then eventually I ended up going down to learning about what the market was wanting. So eventually I would go to Central America and then try to replicate or produce or make something a bit unique of what we thought would sell, and then that started to work, and then I just kept doing that, and then I would go from LA to Honduras and Nicaragua, and then back to Nashville. That was quite a grind.
Yeah.
So to go to Nashville to there, still a grind, but not as arduous of a journey. And it was just fun. So I decided, and I love, I'm close with my family. We got a small family. So then when I moved back to Nashville in '99, I just continued with this kind of natural product development sort of cycle that followed.
So what eventually became such a great, your facility off over Cockrell Bend?
Yeah.
What year did that, and at what point did that come to be?
Yeah, well, so, actually it kind of answers Dale's question, is that we were operating the business from the basement of our home even when we first got into cigars. So you're talking about 94. And then in 90, I would say in 98, we moved to, again, my father liked it before because, the rent is good, free. The first one, the second one not free, right? But I had a mortgage and stuff. But then we had to move to another place that was small, humble warehouse where the rent was very reasonable. Yeah, and then we when we outgrew that was might have been 98 until 2004.